This is Randy from Bible Bang Guide. I hope you can hear me from all the way back there. We're at Unite 2018 in Nashville, Tennessee, and I am here with 2K Denmark.
Hello there.
Who do I have here? I've got Klaus.
Yes.
Did I say that right? Klaus?
Yes, you did, yeah.
Klaus Krogh? How do you say that?
Yeah, just like in the bird crow.
Crow.
Adding a G. Crow.
Crow.
Yeah.
See, now I didn't get that right. Klaus Krogh. And then your name?
I'm Liv Krogh. I'm
Liv
his
Krogh.
wife. We've been married for 34 years.
Okay. This is a giant in Bible publishing. You're one of my heroes. And the reason he's one of my heroes is because I love Bible design, I love fonts, I love typefaces. Anyway, I can talk to him all day long, and I'm going to hope to. So tell us about what you do.
Well, I'll tell you first how I entered into this business.
Okay.
First of all, I designed my first typeface when I was 13.
Oh, wow.
Why? Because I wanted to write Bob Dylan on my wall. So I thought, how do you write Bob Dylan? And I thought, well, you create a typeface to do so. And I did. And when I had letters enough to write Bob Dylan on my wall, I decided I'd rather do the rest of the alphabet than write Bob Dylan on my wall, because it was so exciting to see the letter shapes and how they related to each other, and just realizing how much these letter shapes influence, all design and even architecture. These little letters, they are sort of the basis on how we communicate through generations. Just imagine, 5,000 years ago, the Egyptians had these signs, and they draw a little bird, and that basically meant bird, or might have been something else, but basically it was a bird. Now they started drawing them by hand, and by drawing by hand, they were deconstructed. They were made into abstracts. An A looks like this. Yeah. It was original an X, an accent, and by turning it 180 degrees, it became an abstract that denotes into a sounds that can be put together into words that are capable of keeping what's difficult, what's important, even what's holy, from generations to generation. And even so, I read it by the speed that I talk now. See, I couldn't. Unless I knew that we actually, all of us, are reading like Chinese. We are reading words, so we recognize words like pictures. And I just suddenly realized that all the typographical rules from the last 500 years, and I know them all, the basis of putting those rules is actually the knowledge that you read full words at a time, or even half or whole lines at a time. That's how you read. Isn't that fascinating, though? That this destruction of a sign turned into an abstraction denoting sound, put together into words we read by the look of a full word. Well, that means a lot to us as a type foundry, as type designers, because we have to accommodate that words look right. And it's not as easy as it sounds.
So how did you get into Bible design?
Well, hello, CBA world. We have just a quick celebration announcement here.
You'll probably cut that out.
Safety rights management.
Pause there. We're gonna start back where we left off, and I had just asked Klaus how he got into Bible design.
Well, Liv and I met each other at university. And Liv comes from Norway, and at the point where we finished our education, we went back to Norway, and I just followed up, and were employed by a textbook publisher doing school books, and that was wonderful. I remember in third grade when we were in math. We were giving our assignments and had 15 minutes just to start doing the assignment. I've always been very quick doing math, so I did those, and I was sitting looking at the book and looking at my classmates doing math, and I was thinking, is math difficult, or does it only look difficult? And could you actually make math look easy so that everybody could understand it? And that's sort of the notion that I went into working with textbooks. when the publishing manager stopped and started at the Norwegian Bible Society, I was the only one she wanted to join, and I did.
Nice.
And I started working at the Norwegian Bible Society as a designer, as a production manager. So that task was enormous to start with. I mean, where do you begin? And I actually began ordering paper samples for all the 11 paper mills doing Bible paper in Europe, and I cut an equal square out of all the samples, all the gram weights, all the different colors, and threw it on the floor. And then I picked it up, and then I spent the next month replacing them all. So I knew exactly what a 22 gram or a 26 gram looked like, and how many pinholes, and how clouded it was. So I could go to a printer's house and just pick up a paper and say Tervakoski 32 gram.
Nice. That's awesome.
But that's how I work with things. So after 7 years in Norway, we decided, Liv and I, to start our own business. But at that point, we knew all the designers in Oslo where we lived, and that was sort of a cannibalism starting to accompany who would you want to steal from. So we took our bicycles and started on the very tip of Denmark, northern tip of Denmark, and we went with our bicycles down the countryside until we found Aarhus, that is the second largest city in Denmark, and we started there with no family, no acquaintances. We just started coming in. We thought, well, lesser designers had made it before us, so why should we start a company there? And we bought a wonderful house in the woods down to the ocean. So beautiful.
Yes.
Now starting a company, well, you have to have an idea, you have to have a business plan. And we thought, well, there's only one rule. We're trying to achieve the very best we can get on every assignment. And we thought, well, this is not going to be a big company, because whomever would want to pay for the very best quality every time. And well, it started slow, but it picked up, and now we deliver to Oxford University, Cambridge University, Harvard University presses, and all the major presses in the US doing Bibles. So and feel ourselves very, very blessed that we have been able to keep that high level of quality, and we found the market that will want to invest in presenting the very best quality.
Excellent. So now you were talking about a magazine.
Yes, we do a magazine. And every 6 months we publish a magazine. It's called 2K Stories. Sort of, and it talks about the area between conception, design, reading, Bibles. See, our company are founded in we take our inspiration from the research. We want to go deeper. When we design a Bible, or we will work with Bible, there's only one Bible that's important, and that's the one you work with. And we only have one ambition, that's to make it better than the previous. And that's every time. That's every time. To achieve that, you have to dig deeper, you find inspiration. And this issue of 2K Stories is all about how we read, how we perceive, some of the stuff I told you about, how we read, what's happening in the reading mind, how adaptable are we. But it also includes, for instance, an article about our newly opened office in New York, Linda Secondary, former Oxford University Press. She's now representing us in New York, and it includes a small interview with Sky Klein and his Evangelical Bible. I like the title of the article. Illegible text, a lot of a amazing array of different colors, and that's how he saw the Bible business before he started. So we talked a lot before his first Bible was published, and we've ever since designed and typed all his Bibles, all and every one of them. And that's because he's also a very good example that he doesn't accept anything but the highest quality. See, if you accept less than the best quality, that is what you're going to get every time.
That's true.
So it's down to the publishing houses to insist on having the best quality.
Excellent.
There's also a small article about book concept, we have 4 lines of work. We do type foundry, we do design, we do typesetting, but we also do concept development. And this is a concept called chronological. It's actually, in our concept development, we try to look to solve real problems. So what's a real problem? Well, for instance, the Bible tells the same story 4 times over in the New Testament. That's a problem, because who said what, and can you really remember that? So we thought, well, how do we solve that problem? How do we try to do that? Well, we took the 4 Gospels, we picked them apart, and we set them together again in the chronological life of Jesus. So you can actually see, and we color marked it so you can see that that is blue and Mark is green and so forth. So you can read topic by topic what the different evangelists say about the life of Jesus. This concept is sold to 6 different countries already. Here's the Spanish one from the Vino. And we made an interview of these 3, the Spanish, a Dutch, and an American publishing house. And we put the text in the same way, parallel to the questions we asked them. So we did exactly what we showed what we did with the Bible. And then, and about our type design, there's a statement here. We have no doubt that the typefaces can make the words smile, frown, scream, or sing.
It's beautiful.
And that's what we're about. So,
That's beautiful.
yes.
So what are some of your favorite Bible designs?
That's difficult.
Yeah.
It's choosing between your children, isn't it?
It is.
We're extremely happy that we have been engaged with all the CSB Bibles for Rock and Holman. I think it's almost 50 Bibles we've done within these last 2.5 years.
Wow.
Including She Reads Truth, that some time ago were number 1, 2, 3, and 6 on the best-selling list at the same time in different binding styles. We're extremely happy that HarperCollins Christian has asked us to develop typefaces for all. They're great Bible translations for the NIV, for the KJV, for the NKJV, and many more. And that's really one of the biggest challenges we've had, and it's been wonderful to work together with the publishing house doing that.
Excellent. Now you were talking about this a minute ago.
Yeah, that's another one of our development. This is a Bible in 1 hour. So that's another problem with the Bible. It's very thick. And you got these 4.5 million letters you will have to go through.
Yeah.
So where do you start? Well, don't start at Genesis, because you'll run dry within 100 pages or so. No, we would rather give people a way in. So taking the major topics of the Bible, and then giving a taster. Just when you are unsure what dish to choose, you can get a taster. And this is a taster of the Bible. It takes exactly 85 minutes. No, 58 minutes to read. So we call it a one hour Bible, and actually it's part of a concept that includes a 1 hour Bible, a 1 week Bible, and 1 month Bible, and they double in size for each step they take.
Wow.
That's the way we think, and even using colors to differentiate different readings and stuff.
So how do you approach a Bible design? When someone comes to you and says, we want you to make a Bible, how does that work?
Every Bible has got a personality. It's trying to find that personality through discussions with the publishing house, through reading, if it's a commentary or if it's a study Bible, reading the material. You have to know what you present. And of course, I very much enjoy if you are capable of seeing some imagery that give you a hint on the translation. What translation, what kind of, is it a dynamic translation? Is it a more word-to-word translation? These things set some parameters for what we do. We look for personality, and how the translation has been done is part of that personality we look for. Then we look for style, what kind of stylistic history points can we utilize in drawing on? Is this a Renaissance product? Is this a classicistic product, and so on and so forth? So we use what we learned at university about style and history, also to try to define different ways to present. And then, of course, always, why do we design Bibles? You might ask, well, why at all? Why does Bible need a design? Well, they need a design for different reasons. One, to make them readable. There's no reason to publish a Bible that's not readable. You'll find a lot of gift and award Bibles, and it probably is a Bible, and it probably is a Bible text, but nobody is capable of reading it, so what's the use? So make it readable. Secondly, you have to control page count. So nobody wants a Bible of 3,000 pages. I've seen them, but you don't want them. You want readable, slim design. Not the difficult thing. You want a Bible design that can carry the message of the text. See, all of you know what I'm talking about. It's not that easy. This is not easy. So you have to control a readable text within the fewest number of pages and still give it the dignity to carry the message of it.
Make it readable, usable, and holdable.
Yeah. All at the same time. So these are the reasons why we design Bibles. Then we design Bibles to differentiate translations, as I talked about. We do Bible design to differentiate products. And the more you work, the branding effort for a publishing house. You know, when a publishing house publish a Bible, that's always their main product. They've got other stuff to publish as well, but if they publish Bible, that's their main product, and that's a great advantage if you have the ambitions that we have to reach higher and to try to create more interest. We work with the Bible because it's our calling. We know that the more you read the Bible, it changes your life. So, and to create more Bible reading, that's what we do.
Let's talk about Bible reading. One of the trends that I've seen recently is to do away with references and footnotes and chapter numbers and verse numbers. It makes a very readable Bible. I like it because it's taken away all of the things we've had. So what are some of the trends that you've seen or that you see coming in Bibles?
Yes, well, we work with Glenn Poe and the Bible Reading Institute. And basically, some of his ideas sort of taking away a lot of the Bible. I think it's a trend. If you look at some of the products, it's more trendy than usable. I'm not completely sure that I want a 5-volume Bible in a wooden box, because although it looks nice on the shelf, I think that's where it's going to stay. You're not going to use it that much. Personally,
I carry
other might think different. So, and that's in the pursuit of making the Bible look like a novel. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, and I do enjoy reading a novel as a novel, and I do enjoy that people take chances and they present something as a trend, and as every trend, somebody go too far. So I think there's ways to. I think it's wonderful that people engage in ways to present the message of the text. Wonderful. I do enjoy when they keep the Bible as a full Bible, not taking parts and bits out of it. Keep it as a full Bible, but then again, as I said about the difficulties of keeping readable, keeping the page count down, and presenting the text. But everybody faces that. So, in all the pursuits you do to make new trends and so on and so forth, always remember why you do it. And somehow taking everything away. It's true that there's in the basic text there's no pagination, there's no headings, there's no subheadings, there's no notes, there's no cross references, all the things we added, and you can take those away, but you could also replace it with something else. I think maybe taking all these things away just opened our eyes for the possibility to add something in instead. Because or you rearrange or make another sequence and so on and so forth. So just like the Bible's got a lot of challenges.
Yes.
I remember back in the 80s when I started the Bible Society, it was popular to say that the army of Pharaoh actually sank into a swamp instead of then the Nile stood like walls and filling. And that's trying to explain something that's not in the Bible, but and somehow this effort, if we were capable of understanding all the contradictory things that in the Bible, we didn't have to believe.
Right.
See, I don't want to swat my belief to an understanding. I'd much rather accept that the Bible is a paradox sometimes. That there are things I can't explain, and keep my faith.
Yes.
Rather than trying to excuse or explain everything.
You were talking earlier about
This is our new folder, handmade German paper.
Wow.
And this is a statement that we quality to match your content. As I said, if a publishing house has got a Bible, that's the very best they can. This is sort of upside down. But when you open it, it says what we're doing. We are doing type foundry, graphic design, and typesetting. Just to take one at a time. This is, by the way, our new corporate typeface called B-Series, sort of instant logo typeface. It tells about what we, which things we take care to include in a Bible typeface. See, a Bible typeface is not like any other Bible typeface. Oh yes, people use ordinary typefaces in the Bible, but they do not create the readability that we can get by using the special design typefaces. Why? Because you have to take care that your X height is very high. You have to take care that the contrast in the letters are low. You have to take care that the details in the typeface are readable in small sizes, printed on thin paper, and web presses. See, that's a lot of obstacles put in the way, and that's these obstacles we have to work into a type design. That's why the fonts we make create a better read in a Bible. It's also 45 years of experience, doing a lot of mistakes and stuff. But we arrived at the point where I can truly say that we made the most Bible typefaces in the world, and we do enjoy that we're still doing a lot of them. That's a part of it. And we do ordinary type design as well, but this is the crown of our work. So, and we also do design. And in design, it's important to say that our ambition in design is not to make things pretty. We don't care about pretty. We want to make them work. Because we think when it's working, it's also pretty. The functionality makes things pretty. So you can see a Harley Davidson. It works, but it's also pretty. It's got its own aesthetics because it works. And this is what we put down in our vision. And it's supposed to work. And we know it's always also a part of a communication process. So the design is underlaying and supporting the message. That's very, very important for us. That we need to realize that our design is part of the communication process. And then we're always aware that we create interfaces. Interfaces where the message meets its audience. And be aware of that situation. How would this design, how would people react on it? Will they find it strange, difficult, or interesting, and there might be a very thin line here when it's one or the other. And then, then we do typesetting, and we do typesetting in a very advanced way. We are very good at arranging Bible, XML databases, and we utilize those databases in a completely automated flow of even 5 lines of text onto the pages. So we do that on proprietary programming that we made ourselves, and flow the text on the page, but then it's passed to a designer, because when you flow text that way, it's just like water. It'll run the easiest way. We don't want the easiest way. We want the most functionality, the most aesthetic that we can get in our typesetting. So it's passed to a designer that'll go through every page and adjust it so you get the best result. When we've done that, we'll take our XML file and we'll take the pages we made, and we have a comparison program that will show you it's a one-to-one. So when we deliver first page proof to a publishing house, we've already ensured that everything that needs to go into the Bible are there, and there's nothing added. Yeah,
Perfect. That's excellent.
yeah. So that's sort of the secret behind our typesetting as well. That's sort of the major stuff we do.
So where can our readers and our viewers learn more about 2K Denver?
Well, learn more about 2K Denver you can on our webpage, and we are extremely happy to receive comments when you see something needs an explanation. Love for people to write to us on mail on the website. The more people engaged in design, the more people engaged in the Bible and how it looks, the better. So thank you very much also for being a part of the communication process around the Bible. We do enjoy that.
Appreciate it very much. It's great talking to you today. Great to meet you.